You woke up crying for someone who had never existed. There were 217 photographs of her in your gallery. You did not remember taking a single one of them. But in every photo, you were smiling like you had finally lived a happy life. The app was called Second You, and it promised one simple thing: memories from the life you deserved. It did not say photos. It did not say artificial intelligence. It did not say lie. It said memories. And that was the word that made you touch the screen. Because a fake photo can be deleted, but a fake memory, if it reaches the right place, starts defending itself. It all started on a Sunday at 2 in the morning. You were scrolling through short videos without really watching any of them. Then an ad appeared with a sentence that felt written only for you. What if your life had also had a good version? The ad showed people hugging parents who were gone, trips they never took, birthdays without empty chairs. You did not believe in things like that. But you saved the ad, not because you wanted to use it, but because you hated how badly you wanted it to work. The next day, you saw it again. This time, it did not say buy images. It said recover possibilities. The download was free. The app only asked for one photo of you and 3 questions. Which age hurt you the most? Which person did you miss without admitting it? And which moment would you change if no one could judge you? You laughed, because it sounded like cheap therapy with expensive design. You answered anyway. The screen stayed black for 9 seconds. Then an image appeared. You at 17, standing on a beach. You were wearing a jacket you never owned. There were 4 friends around you, all blurry, all impossibly warm. The ocean had the color of memories people invent when they want to forgive themselves. You knew you had never been there, but your chest reacted before your memory did. For 1 second, you missed an afternoon that had never happened. You bought another memory that same night, then another. A graduation where your mother cried with pride. A dinner where your father listened without interrupting you. A birthday call where nobody forgot your name. At first, you looked at them like art. Then you started to look at them as evidence. The version of you in those images was different. Not richer, not more famous, just less tired. You stood tall. Your eyes were calm. You had something on your face that you had never known how to draw. Belonging. On the 7th day, a new feature appeared. Replace original memory. Beneath it was a small warning. Your brain prefers emotional coherence over historical accuracy. You read that sentence 3 times, not because you didn't understand it, but because you understood it all too well. The app didn't promise to deceive you. It promised to help you remember the version that hurt less. You chose a small memory to test. Your 22nd birthday, the one you spent staring at your phone. The app turned it into a room full of people. When you closed your eyes, you heard laughter coming from nowhere. 3 weeks later, your real life began to look poorly rendered. The streets were too gray. The food tasted like a formality. Conversations took too long to reach the good part. Your mother mentioned a hospital afternoon, and you swore you remembered a beach. She fell silent. That silence was the first crack. You searched for the photo in the app, and it was still there. You, 17 years old, orange sun, blurry friends. But now, one of those friends had a clearer face. The face was yours. Not current, not young, but another version of you looking back as if it knew you had stolen something. That night, you opened the terms of use for the first time. No one reads them when they want to be happy. You found a line buried on page 34. Generated memories may use emotional fragments provided by other users. You didn't understand until you saw the internal market. People were selling memories for money. First kiss, last Christmas. A grandmother's voice. An afternoon without fear. The app didn't create happiness from scratch. It rented it from people who could no longer keep it whole. Your beach belonged to a boy named Ivan. His profile read, "Memory permanently sold." He no longer remembered the sea. You tried to delete the account. The app didn't stop you. That was worse. It only showed you a list of what you would lose. The proud mother, the patient father, the friends at the beach, the person you had woken up crying for. Each memory had a return button. But returning didn't mean deleting. It meant giving it back to whoever had sold it if there was still someone capable of receiving it. For the first time, you understood that your false happiness was the real absence of another person. The last memory was the most recent. You sitting by a window, calm, without needing another life. You hadn't bought that one. The app had generated it on its own. It said probable prediction if you continue the treatment. You stared at it for a long time. It wasn't spectacular. There was no beach, no perfect partner, no healed family. It was just you, breathing without asking for permission. That image hurt more than all the others. Because for the first time, the false life didn't offer you an escape. It was showing you that maybe you could still build something real. You returned to beach first. You didn't feel relief. You felt a precise void, shaped like a happy afternoon. Then you returned, the graduation, the dinner, the call, and the person who never existed. Each return left you more alone and more real. By dawn, the gallery was almost empty. The app asked if you wanted to keep a free memory. The last image was still there. You, in front of the window, breathing. You saved it. Not as a memory, but as a promise. That day you understood that the most dangerous thing wasn't forgetting who you were. It was preferring a version of yourself that never had to survive within a perfect photograph.